And we are here for the grand finale, the final in the open division. Mooncatchers taking on Gentle for the Belgian National Championship. Both these teams will be heading to Worlds, so no doubts about that. But the gold medal on the line, pride is on the line. I'm Steph Patso alongside Iris Remakers. Iris, are you ready for this one or what?
We've been waiting for so long. Steph, the last game felt so long and we knew how that was going to go, but this one, unexpected, expected. What's your opinion?
I mean, the expectation is that Mooncatchers continue to win national championships. They've been winning since 2018, and they are the reigning European champions. They keep adding strength to their roster. They've got Van der Oost this time. They've got their externals and Spalholz and Karklins here. Ref Yonkers, his first tournament back from injury after Windmill in 2023. So they've got a lot of good things going for them. But Gentle, no slouches. They are swinging at the top of the European division. They knocked off Mooncatchers earlier this season in a Belgian competition, and they're on home turf. So you know they're not going to bend over to say, "Oh, here's your championship, Mooncatchers." They're gonna throw the kitchen sink at them.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen Gentle believe as much as they were doing this year. I haven't been playing that long, but I'm really excited to see the energy that they will bring onto this turf. Mooncatchers, of course, ready as they are to defend their title. They want to go for 1 year more, of course, especially with the women's division. It would be beautiful for the club, for sure.
For the club, but no better way to spoil than for Gentle to take it away. It is a World's year. They want to take the #1 seed in, which will give them their rightful seed, which would be the #2 European seed going in. Losing to Gentle here would drop them down in seeding for ranking as well. So a lot on the line here as Spalholz, the Austrian, sends the opening pull, and it's corralled by Verreken, Aaron van der Vega, also somebody back. Colantes, another Austrian out there. And Gentle moving it around. Oosterlink goes to Panemans. Boumalal fighting for space. Van de Vega. Aaron van de Vega. He has been out since last year's Windmill, so glad to see him back as Oosterlink goes up line and takes. Oh, Colantes can't handle it, but somehow gets the second effort. Not sure how that happens, but I'm sure he doesn't care as long as they retain possession. Panemans to Van de Vega, Arthur. Leads up line, help defense comes, but good follow-up defense by Beekmans to switch. Aaron van de Vega fires up line, and Verreken is there. Nice first clean hold by the home team, Gentle.
Yeah, I also love already in that first point to see those U24 matchups after Logroño. Now you have teammates who are playing on the same team, fighting against each other in the Belgian National Outdoor Open Final. You could see Boumalal getting against Donné, also seeing Oosterlink and Betrancourt.
I was just watching again there, that slap by Spalholz to try and knock it away, actually kept it alive. Just the two Austrians helping each other keep that alive, helping Gentle in the end.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't regret that at the end of the game.
Our Wasp collection is increasing here.
They're even fighting each other now over the last little bits and sips of Sprite.
Say the name of this place again. Blaarsmeersen?
Blaarmeersen.
Blaarsmeersen. Blaarsmeersen's got a good Wasp collection. I don't recommend swallowing the wasps. Here come the Mooncatchers. Feller to Benji Yonkers. The naturalized Belgian Karklins comes under. Not quite naturalized. Benji fakes the big. Arthur Feller. Yonkers goes up line. Delas in the middle. Karklins claps on one. And Yonkers goes low. Feller. Floater. There's Ref Yonkers. First touch I've seen him have. He fires in for the goal. Mathieu Muller for the goal. And Moon follows suit with a clean hold of their own. Ref Yonkers fires in to Mathieu Muller. And it's the Mooncatchers equalizing 1-1, clean holds. No even big chances for turnovers yet in the game.
And we've got another European flying over to the States. Arthur Feller, have you heard the news?
I know all the news. Of course I do. Rally Durham United. Yes, another Mooncatcher playing for a U.S. club team. But, yeah, there's a lot of them over there now. Karklin's just back from his Rush reboot, which wasn't really a great reboot for that team, unfortunately, this year. Only 3 wins, so they won't be off to championship weekend, so that means he won't be heading back. Verreken to Boumalal. Leads up Panamans. Fakes. Panamans has been very impressive, both at under 24s, but also today in their last game in their semi against Jet Set. Moving very well. Strong one-handed catch there. Colantes. Van de Vega. Looks upfield. Now back. Boumalal. Fires. Panamans. Panamans waits. Aaron Van de Vega. Holds off on the up line, gives it with the backhand, and a big chase by Van der Roost. I think foul accepted. Van der Roost couldn't find a clean line.
Yeah, great spirit shown there. They're ready to start to play again.
Verreken. Back to Aaron Van de Vega. Finds a line. There is the D. Bakeman's shaken and bacon. Getting off his feet, and that is the first legitimate turn of the game.
He was ready to get that disc away from any gentle player.
Let's see how this Moon D-line does with the disc. Spalholtz calls Urchinski under immediately. Van der Oost to Hockey. And Ochinski leads to Spalholtz, open in the corner. Bakemans gets the bookends, the block and the goal. And Moon break to make it 2-1.
From that early on in the game, getting a break, ideal. Wouldn't you say, Steph?
Ideal if you're a Brustler and a Mooncatcher, yes. Inoptimal if you are a Gentle fan. So we see Hoagie in the chats. Thank you for keeping everybody up to date. These two teams are automated to go to WUCC in Limerick just by virtue of winning their semis and making it to this game. This is all for pride and a national championship gold medal, of course. I thought Gentle looked pretty good for most of that possession, but as the field got smaller, there was twice they forced it in. You see Van der Oost, okay, he fouled, but it was a very tight throw up the line that gave him a chance. And then a bit of the same thing up the line They were left with just up the line, and while Bakeman's did the same thing. So these Mooncatchers' bodies are flying. Gentle's going to have to adjust and kind of get back to the center of the field.
Yeah, it was a very tight space. If he just fell in front, he would have gotten any disc that was trying to get through that. But there we see Mooncatchers pulling and giving the Gentle offense another try.
Van de Vega, Arthur goes to Verreken. Again. You see at least one crossover. There's maybe two. You see Simone's on and landed de Kraan. He's never shy to huck it and does it again this time. And it goes too far for Oosterlink and another break chance for Moon. Disc is in. Okay. Ooh, high, but recovered. Orchinski's there to save the day. Chinsky to Hoke. Now Betrancourt. Hoke, high. Van der Roost charges down. Van der Roost gives and goes with Orchinsky. Now throws. And Betrancourt runs into it. Spalholz goes back to Betrancourt and gets a move, but not able to deliver. Then throws the hammer, has the corner option, and hits for the goal. That is Jonas Avezu. Matthias Avezu. Thank you, Iris. Nice throw.
Nice calm and collection for Matthias Avezu, that scorer for Mooncatchers. Another break for Moon. Is Gentle gonna take a timeout? I think they might be, or is Mooncatchers just really excited and all want to be on that line, that they're all in the same spot of the field?
Moon are definitely fired up after that when you see Gaetan van den Broek comes out there and does a couple extra spikes. He's not playing and is going to have to get that knee checked out after taking a poor landing in the last game. So we'll be hoping that he's doing all right and will be back, but is rendered unavailable for this one.
Yeah, it's good to see him walk. Hopefully a good sign for him. Good to see him still being there for the team, even though he cannot play.
Yeah, great to see that, in fact. Especially, you know, if you've got to go to the hospital and check it out and you're still there for the team. You question how you do it, but great team mentality, that is for sure. So, third try for Gentle to try and crack this Moon D-line. Boumalal. Verreken. Boumalal and Verreken. That's a wobbler. And they do it again. Boumalal goes for the deep, but it's straight to Van der Roost. And things are going from bad to worse for Gentle. Moon. Using their depth, Dawans. To Oczynski. And to Feller, that's Cedric.
Damien playing with Cedric in his heart for sure, but that's the brother, as Donnet gives it back to Van der Roost.
High floater, but lots of time for that one to be chased under by Dawans. And continued on to Feller. Ah, you're right, Damien. My bad, thank you. Iris, so handy having you. Van der Roost. to Beekmans. Arnaud van der Roost. Oczynski and Moon are going backwards. They probably don't mind too much as long as they have possession. This is a break chance. Donné. Oh, and there's the turn, the throw. Too low from Oczynski. Northam can only do a somersault, and Gent will get it back. Van de Weg. Boumalal fires hard into Panemans. Verreken breaks around. Oosterlink finds a slot and hits. And that's the goal they needed. Van Lebege with the goal. I say break, but that's a hold.
I'll steal the spotlight a bit from Gentle, I'm sorry, but as we saw Damien playing here as a fellow brother of Cedric, just like Arthur is, little shout out to him at home who just went through ACL surgery. We're wishing you the best, and we cannot wait for you to come back here on the pitch with us.
Get back, Cedric. Get your rehab going. But Damien stepping up big time. Moon there had their chances, but finally Gentle able to get a hold back after the very first one of the game, stopping the run of 3 in a row. There you see Ref Yonkers.
And with the energy and the momentum that Moon had, you thought it would be a bit bigger than 3-2, but it's only 3-2.
Yeah, still lots of time and lots of space to stay in shooting range here. Find one break. It's ironic that both Aaron van de Vega and Ref Yonkers both wear number 88, both been out with ACLs, and have both returned to this tournament as their first tournament back. Some irony. Karklins misses to Yonkers, and a break chance for Gentle. Pick up and sent to De Molinari. Cotton. De Molinari fires up the line. Fuse to De Molinari. And Lander de Krana can't handle. It was a bit in front, but slips through the grasps. Delas goes to Mula. And then Feller. Arthur Feller sends deep. De Kraan. It's Yonkers underneath. And Yonkers with the take between two Gentle defenders. And shows a little bit of the too small after the catch.
Yeah, let's watch that again. What a comeback for Ref Yonkers. He must be so proud after all he went through. We can see the defender being close, looking at that disc. Yonkers went a bit earlier and the position got him the disc along with his very big skill set and experience. And of course, height.
Vliege on the defense there as you see Yonkers celebrating and shushing the naysayers. Great crowd here in Gent, filling up the shaded sideline as Moon go up 4-2 on Gentle. Make sure y'all hit that like button and say hi to us in the chats. Where are you watching from? Who you cheering for? What do you like? What do you know? What do you do? Tell us everything. We're willing to listen. Van de Vega gives the under to Colantes. The Austrian matchup once again. Spalholz and Colantes. Arthur van de Vega looking for Panemans. He readjusts and takes high. And a nice quick response for the home team.
Yeah, you've been singing his praises, and we now see why in this Belgian National Open Outdoor Final, Panemans bringing that disc in, having a little stroll with the defense before he goes back to business at the right time to score that point in for Gentle.
The Wolf. There's a couple Wolves on this team, which I love. Or is there only one Wolf? What's Oosterlink? Now there's two Wolves. Panemans and Oosterlink. A pack with two of them.
They are the dogs.
They are the dogs. That's what they like to call themselves. They got some dog in them. But I thought that's what Moon likes to say. No? That's what Gentle likes to say?
Yeah, the Honden van Gent. The dogs of Ghent. Yeah, that's how they like to call themselves.
All right. They got the hound. Benji Yonkers. Goes to Muller. And now Karklins. Ref Yonkers. De Ritter. And seamlessly into the red zone thus far. Yonkers. To brother ref. Back to Benji. Feller. And into the corner. Muller. And Moon looked very sharp on that point.
Yeah, it felt seamless. This offense was no miscommunications, just clean throws, clean cuts, scoring and putting Moon up 5-3 against Gentle. We saw ref. I thought it was back-to-back, but there was a point in between that. I'm sorry. But Muller also quite the OG on this Mooncatchers team.
Gonna be him and Oczynski now, the elder statesman.
Not forgetting that they also played with PA, who is now coaching.
Pea's got some great sunglasses on.
Looks like he's matching with Arvids.
Spalholtz ready to pull. Spalholtz likes playing with Belgians. Did it on the beach with Jet Set. Now in the grass with Mooncatchers.
Still no French coming out of, or Dutch, or German, but he for sure is having a good time here in Belgium.
Oh, Bakeman's again. Shake and bake, man. That's 2 takeaways for the speedster. Spalholt centers and Betrancourt takes the timeout.
Do you think that was premeditated? Maybe one of PA's decisions, or?
Let's get a turn and take the timeout. No, I think Betrancourt took it upon himself. He wanted to calm people down. He sees the need. I'm not sure. I will speculate, but it'll only go so far. Perhaps we'll take a break and you can all speculate and let us know what you think when we're back. We're gonna be back. It's Moon 5, Gentle 3.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And traded the net and made for it.
That was absolutely incredible.
I worked for a Michelin star chef making gelato in Paris. I had my own restaurant in Nicaragua and a food truck in Australia. Why wouldn't you watch me? Check out my YouTube channel.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTITV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Mooncatchers 5, Gentle 3, and another chance to break for Moon. They've taken the timeout. I'm Stefan Rapazzo alongside Iris Raymakers, bringing you the action. I see Modesta Gauba in the chat. What up, Gauba? What's going down in Lithuania? We got some people in the Bay Area. Revolver, Fury, action, everybody getting involved. Big shout outs. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for getting in the chats. Vanderos misses, and the timeout is burned and turned.
Let's see how Gentle will be able to use or not use this opportunity.
Van de Vega to Boomalal. Boomalal hits hard into Panamans. Great catch. Simple catch, but great as fast as that one was coming at him. Oosterlink. Verreken thought about the offhand and went to Panamans. Panamans fires, hits, wolf to wolf. Sends Colantes, and Gentle respond from the Moon timeout with a turn and a score.
Exactly what they needed to show to come back into this game. Not that they left, but when you get broken a few times, you want to get that back as quickly as possible. And after the opponents take a timeout so confidently to score that point, it feels good to take it away from them.
You know what else feels good is hitting that like button, becoming a member, and being a patron with ULTITV. I know it makes me feel good. I know it'll make you feel good back at home, so make sure you follow the prompts. See if you can get a bit of momentum going for yourself like Gentle has right now. It's been a beautiful day weather-wise, Iris.
Yeah, the Open Division are quite lucky to be able to play a bit later this day, as it is almost 6 here in Gent, Belgium, making it less hot for them to play this exciting final for us.
Yeah, well, it's still sunny, but like just everything's dialed down, 3-4 degrees probably from the hottest point of the day. It's beautiful right now.
A little bit of a breeze, perfect conditions to play.
And a nice crowd on hand. Jonkers winds up, but doesn't throw. Now does. Karklins comes charging under. Lander de Kran on that responsibility. Muller. Back to Karklins. Jonkers. To Feller. To Luss. Gets it forward. Matt Muller leads. Feller taking all sorts of liberties and then throws right into Vliega.
Great awareness by Vliega to get that disc back for Gentle.
Unbelievable that Feller did not see that. And Gentle could tie things up here. All the way across the field. And fired up the sideline. Fuse. Winds up, delivers. It's Jonkers versus Van de Vega. And it's Jonkers who denies the option, smacking it away.
Jonkers denying it and then showing that he's there to deny again by his body language. A little plain.
Showing the no way, splitting the arms. A bit of a risky throw by Fuse, having to go around the defender, especially when that defender is a big body like Ref Jonkers. You have a look at the crowd on the sideline there. It's a very rambunctious crowd here. They have been louder earlier in the day. Let's see if they get back into it, if Gentle gives them something here. But right now it is Moon with the chance for potency. Benji Jonkers gets big meters on a gainer to Muller. Yonkers. Back to center. Fakes. Gets a stutter step and looks back to Benji. Flanked by 2 Yonkers. Throws in front. Benji's got all the speed in the world to catch up to that one. Pops back. Feller, Yonkers. Back again. Feller and quickly to Yonkers. Taken high. Arthur Feller. Leo, good cut by Yonkers to shake the defense. Fakes the hammer, but and shovels it into the charging Delusse. And an opportunity squandered there for Gentle. Moon come back the other way and punch one onto the scoreboard.
Andrew usually being there in the handler space for Mooncatchers here, finding the little gap, but just enough space to close off that point and score for Mooncatchers. You can hear the Gentle players singing their songs.
Trying to get the crowd into it, trying to keep themselves into it. They are still very much in this game, but playing against an opponent as strong as Moon, you can't let them get too much more than the 2 points they've got right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, a few mistakes that they cannot afford and will have to fight really hard back to try and even them out.
Otherwise, they're going to feel like it's getting distant from them.
Of course, we want nothing but a tight game, and we will bring it to you anyways. There goes the pull.
Bounced and into the hands of Eriksson. Boomalal to Van de Vega. Veriken. Colantes comes under. Claps onto it. Van de Vega. Panamans. Panamans fakes, then gives to Boomalal. Into their side of the neutral zone. Oosterlink gives quickly to Colantes. Back into the middle. Oosterlink. Towards middle now, nearly there. Colantes. Out in front, Van de Vega. Panamans gave a full pirouette cut there. And Veriken goes back to the far side of the field where Aaron Van de Vega waits to his brother, Arthur Van de Vega, and Gentle score back to within 1. 5 for Gentle, 6 for Moon.
You can see them really finding each other in that timing. Just something he doesn't have to think about, I guess. Nice little celebration there. Hands in the air from Van de Vega.
Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Take me. Okay, we'll stop, right? Or just I'll stop.
No, keep going.
Could you tell that that was me and not Iris, everyone? I imagine yes.
Paul Ofori also coming to say hi in the booth, another sadly ACL teammate, I guess. But it's going good. He was also there with Cedric along the sideline of the under-24s for Belgium. And I've never seen someone being such a good sideline as Paul. Credits to him.
Love to see it. Love to hear it. Launder de Kraan sends the pull.
Looks like Arthur trying to guess where that's going to land.
Beautiful pull. Beautiful pull. Got to give that to Mr. de Kraan. Feller to De Ridder. De Ridder gets a dance move out of Yonkers. He steps forward. Feller again. Feller has been solid as a rock. Karklins. Motions the backhand, gives the offhand back to Feller. Ooh, almost a chance at it. Yonkers puts a blade. Karklins is there. And ref puts an assist on the board and opens back up by 2. It's 7-5.
Halftime's nearing. But a few less mistakes now.
What do you think of ref's game so far?
He's just so happy to play again. You can see it. You can really see it.
It's been so long for him, more than 2 years, because as much as Windmill's coming up soon, last time when he did it was in early or mid-June. So it's been, 2 years and a month or so. He almost came back and then had to get something else cut out of there. And
yeah, ref playing a day, I believe, at Tom's tourney, if I'm not mistaken, but then getting an operation the actual next day and having to rehab a few more weeks. But he's been, I think he said, back to practice for 5 weeks now, getting those 2-hour-long workouts in, and that's why he set out the first game, but he's very much so there on the field now in the final.
yeah, I think it was Spring Tour, in fact, he played and didn't play Tom's
Yeah, it
tourney.
was a tournament.
Padova. In Padova, he went down. I think he played day 1 and didn't like the way it felt.
Yeah, and then came Tom's, and then I'm sure he got surgery that weekend.
So, Gentle need to keep scoring now, certainly when they're receiving pulls. Verreken. They look at some sagging handlers set. Look out, John Bakeman's is out there. He's already got 2 blocks. Verreken. To Boomalal. Inside throw, hits Oosterlink in the guts. Van de Vega. Simones, and is it Orchinski calling a travel on Van de Vega?
I really like that throw from Boomalal to Oosterlink.
Back in play. Van de Vega goes to Verreken. And straight back to Arthur. Throws the scuba. Colantes is there. I'm not sure I loved the shape of that, but it worked.
Yeah, lucky Colantes for having an eye on that disc the whole time, because for the defense that was really hard. I for sure think unexpected. You can see Betrancourt just realizing what's happening and going to put his energy in other things.
So, be a nice time to break now if you're Gentle. Delay halftime, force Galaxy. Momentum-wise, it's the right time to do it. I don't know if Moon are going to accept that they're going to get broken just because it would be a good time for Gentle.
Maybe ask. Maybe ask first, Steph.
Hey guys, they want to break you now. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure that's what Gentle needs, but Mooncatchers is ready to take this win also, and they're showing us how ready they are. And both teams will keep showing us along the whole game who's just better at handling this pressure.
Here's the pull. Lander sends another beauty. Lands in the back. Delas to Yonkers. Benji gets meters to his brother Ref. Ref sends deep. Karklint's on the chase. Lander in front. Lander, Declan takes it away. And a big play for the Gentle defender. Here it is again. Good to have the sandwich help by Panamans. Gave Lander a chance to go up early. And they're going big the other way. Vliga is behind everyone and in for the goal. It's 7-7. I told you it was a good time for a break.
And there he goes. Panemans ready to hack it, Vliga ready to go deep and score that point for his team. Exactly giving them what they needed, those two youngsters on the gentle open team, showing that they've got the spot.
Wolf to Vliga. Great defense, I thought, by both Panemans and, of course, Lander, who's credited for the D. Potentially.
I love how that throw was long enough to make it all into the end zone, not having any work left for the other players. They said, let's do it. Okay, just the two of us. And making it happen for Gentle, making this a very even more exciting game to watch. You can hear the crowd applauding, very proud.
Moon still with the break advantage. They will start the second half with pull reception. So, I mean, another break here would put things on serve.
Yeah, Moon have been leading this game so far, and they are
since 1-0, and then after that 1-1, and then only Moon in front. Benji will walk the disc in.
We can see on the defensive side some players playing back-to-back points.
Benji scoobers over top. Muller is there. Trying to sight Benji Yonkers. Takes Feller coming back. Feller fakes the backhand, then goes to Benji. Towards center in the neutral zone, faking big as he tends to do. Who just squeezes one into Feller. Pops one in front, Yonkers. Yonkers fakes the scoober. Then goes back to Karklins. Karklins leads, Yonkers there. Yonkers on the doorstep. Moon to take half. If they get the lead, high all the way across. Ref Yonkers is there. Milks it for a step or two, and Mooncatchers take half, 8-7.
Yeah, that's a really smart way to use, how do you say, the largeness?
The width.
The width, thank you,
Les
Sam.
largeurs.
La largeur de la end zone.
Ouais.
De la part de Benjamin Yonkers.
Ouais, c'était magnifique, les deux frères.
Magnifique. Exactly.
It was nice. Good to spot his brother. Just waited for it to fall over the shoulder and land right in the hands. And now it's a 1-goal lead, but this is where the extra break could show up on the scoreboard. The chance for the 2 for none. 2 holds in a row. If they can get this one, they will receive again.
I was thinking before, as I saw the pull coming from the Mooncatcher side, how much they must be missing Bontemps pulling.
Of course, not having Bontemps out in Chicago. We hope they're all watching in Chicago, and we hope everybody that's watching has a little moment to take a break. We're going to take one too. We'll be right back. Second half, Belgian Ultimate Championship on Ultitv.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And created the net and made for it.
That was absolutely incredible.
Eight, 7, Moon take half, and Moon receive to start the second half. Delas to Yonkers. It's Benji. Petrancourt cuts deep as Gentle show a zone. Delas. To Yonkers. Ooh, and that one too far. Break chance for Gentle to open up the second half.
You could see Muller really looking at his feet, trying to keep that in, but that was no way possible.
Lander de Krane goes under the hand of his under 24 teammate, and that one was ugly, but somehow Simons bails it out. Fuse on the doorstep. He goes back, Cotton around quickly. Oh, goodness. Gentle squander the opportunity, and Moon will get it back.
What happened there, Steph?
I think the
Let's
throw
watch.
went up too early.
He's trying to keep that in, but the disc a bit too far. It was a tight space.
Tight
Perhaps.
space. I mean, I'd say it's throwing error more than receiving, but a little bit of both. It's still off the hand. Tough one there for Gentle. Scoops across to a wide open Muller. Gentle reset their zone. Ref Yonkers motions the hammer, goes back to Brother Benji. Feller, Delas. Moon handling unit, staying disciplined, using the width. Yonkers to Feller and back to Betrancourt and Delas. Hangs one up for Benji. Yonkers motions for the big scoop. And there's one deep. De Ritter gets Yonkers. Yonkers to Brother in the middle. Short field now into the red zone. Benji Yonkers. Upline cut comes, but the fill is for Feller. Feller to Yonkers. Yonkers pops one over, and Mathieu Muller gets the score, and they do stretch that lead to 2 again. It's 9-7.
Yeah, Gentle maybe wanting to go a bit too fast on that offensive point and giving Moon the opportunity to punish that. I think I would have liked to see them fake it and go to the other side of the end zone, but a really good
We're talking Gentle's
counterattack.
possession.
Yeah.
Anything otherwise would have been preferable. It felt a little bit forced into that end zone once it got to the corner. And the result is a long walk the other way. That's the other thing. Moon took their time. They grinded them out, so Gentle had to play a whole lot of defense too, as well as not getting the break, giving up the long hold. And they've been crossing over a lot of players to stay in this, so let's see if the wind remains in the sails. Pull from Spalholz. And what happened here?
A breather, a stoppage.
It's just a pull. What did we miss? Offside. Ooh, offside. But there's not even game advisors. How does that happen without a game advisor? Honesty, spirit, these kind of reasons. Van de Vega.
It's
And
like
injury
Bumana's
called.
taking an injury call. He's already got his knee taped up.
This is left calf
But it's-
cramp.
Just a little cramp.
And Lander checks in. Doesn't look like Moon are going to reciprocate. They're going to leave him out there. Far sideline, Panamans. Verdaken to Van de Vega. Yeah, he's got all sorts of room. Verdaken. Panamans. Van de Vega fakes the backhand, then goes to Colantes, who goes across to Verreken. Scoops one over top. Colantes there behind the front line of defense, and I think now Mooncatchers switch back to match. Panamans. Fires. Ooh, high take by Lander. Quick distribution into the corner. Arthur Van de Vega back to Lander de Krana. Centers Van de Vega. Around and hits the fraternal connection. Back to within one. It's 8-7. Aron to Arthur for the score.
I feel like I've seen that happen before. That was already much better. They're keeping focus. Sideline is screaming, energy boys. And I like the calmness of the Kraan in front of that end zone. Same thing from Van der Wegen. Faking as if he's gonna give it on that left side, but knows his brother's coming and ready to give it to that free man in the corner of the end zone.
Great game we've got in front of us here. Hope you're all loving it back home. Guess what I'm about to do? Prompt you to hit the like button. So go on and do it. Make sure you give yourself lots of luck and love in your life by hitting that button. And of course, when you get time, become a member. Join ULTITV membership and our Patreon program. Look into everything. See what's right for you.
Shout out to my second father, Jonathan. They're cheering on Aaron in the chat. Happy you're watching. Happy you're getting a great game to watch.
You have two fathers?
I've got my parents decided to split up, and then I got two families.
Oh, it's amazing. Yonkers. Feller calling for some offhand movement. Benji Yonkers pivoting, high stall count, and he calls the foul for the body bounce. Very high in the stall count. And he gets a 0. Shows that he's got a 0.
They're having a laugh and a little breather before they get it back into the game at a clear stall.
Around to Feller. Feller and Benji trying to play the two-player game here. Feller cuts up line. Muller is free. The late bid isn't going to help. And the curve away isn't going to help, but they do manage the goal. I'm not sure who caught that. Feller? Hang on. Is it a goal?
I saw a lot of people running to the same spot, and I see only one side keeping that disc in hand.
It is a goal.
I do believe it is a score.
It's ref Yonkers who caught the goal. Oh, and he spiked it back. And that's why I didn't see it in anybody's hands. He went to spike it towards DeConnick. And that makes it 10-8.
You can hear people are starting to relax a bit. There's a bit more laughter. People are ready to see this game with a bit less pressure, a bit less stress as everything unfolds, or maybe beers get drank. Not sure which one is playing a bigger role here in Gent, Belgium, at the Belgian National Open Outdoor Championship. It's up to 10-8 for Mooncatchers against Gentle, as Moon will pull the disc and give it to the Gentse offense.
Low off the ground, picked up Verreken to Van de Wegen. Oosterlink comes under. Lander, de Krane to Colantes. Arthur van de Wegen. To Verreken. And De Krane. Only one De Krane playing on this Gentle team today, which is rare.
I'm not sure where his staff is. He might be at in Boston as well to cheer on the other brother who's also missing, as I get the information from our Emma de Smet here next to the booth.
Around Arthur van de Wegen on the doorstep. Not quite, but 5 to 7 away. Verreken shoots for Colantes, and that's one more.
I was hoping for something amazing to come out of Louis Bétrancourt's body as I saw him getting ready, seeing if he was going to be able to make an attempt. Sadly not this time, but he's got so much more left in him.
Now, Mooncatchers will be going to the US Open this year as well. That is, there's a lot of international teams going.
It's quite the adventure.
Yeah, Clapham will be there. Bologna's La Fotta will be there.
Why
Schout
leave?
will be there.
Why leave if Europe's going? Imagine playing the European teams on the other side of the world. Do you think that's going to happen, or it's going to be more of a new challenges along the way?
I don't understand. Like,
do you think we would be able to see like a Clapham Moon game on the other side of the world?
it's possible. It's possible.
I don't know.
I mean, we saw them play for a bronze medal in Cincinnati. But I do believe US Open is, dare I say, even stronger than that version of Worlds was. So it'll be interesting. Buzz Bullett's also going over from Japan. So I'm very excited for that. I'll get to go and call the action there.
Wow.
Karklins leads for Yonkers. Beautiful throw from the Latvian. And another lead for Muller, and Moon respond quickly as Muller dances out into the crowd. It's 11-9.
Showing some love to his family, supporting him into the sideline. Muller's been doing it 1, 2, 3 times. I'm happy to do some more.
Jonathan P., you've got great taste in commentary, I'll tell you that. Iris is wonderful.
Thank you, Steph. I'm learning from the best, you know. I need to work on my commentary voice, maybe. I need to invent something a bit more special, a bit more...
You're going to sound like a power tool.
Tasty.
No, you sound wonderful.
I can see some under 24 teammates hugging each other on the sideline as this tight game is unfolding, but not as tight as maybe Gentle would have liked it to be at this stage. Still quite some points in between the two teams.
There's still time, that's for sure. I will not be counting Gentle out at this stage. A hold here, back to 1 point game. You know, one mistake kind of game is still available here.
Let's not forget the cap.
It's a much bigger cap, remember, in this game. 75 we're playing to, so lots of time. Uh-oh, but that's, they were hoping for a mistake the other way. They had to keep holding. Okay now. And a break chance for Moon. Spalholz keeps the possession alive. Chucking the big Austrian body around. Van der Oost comes under. Betrancourt to Bakeman's not quite in. Tried to long jump it. And Betrancourt quickly to Van der Oost, and that one might be costly. 12-9, a unforced error early in the sequence by Gentle.
The Krane is screaming, forget it boys, forget it, it's a new point. He wants them to start as if nothing happened, ready for everything and to go get everything as they did in the beginning of this game. It's so important to keep your head up at this stage, but so difficult.
Yeah, it is very difficult, but that's what separates the good from the great. So Don Carlos Ancelotti, even without two Ducrans, they're keeping it tight with European number one. True. Add Toba and staff. And who knows, they might be adding Alex Atkins back by the end of the season if he gets his knee back together.
Alex, did
Yeah,
I miss something?
Kins.
Yeah,
Yeah, he played with Gentle.
and now his knee is...
He hurt his knee just prior to London Invite. He didn't get to play Super Team, the Tokai Super Team. He missed out on that part of his journey. So I know he's getting better listening to him on the pod practice. I think he's 5 weeks at best away from full recovery, maybe 8.
Okay, good for him.
But hoping for the best for Kins for sure.
And another knee survivor is going to pick up that disc for the Gentle side. And you see Christophe Morlion, the OG of the social media, of the media, founder of Get Horizontal. Don't know if you've known of them before, but...
Get Horizontal, I had heard bits and pieces of Morley and Bommy, but I didn't really know too well. But now I've caught up with them well and heard all about it. And those guys do wonderful stuff. He's also the head of the president of the Belgian Federation. Morley is a legend.
If you haven't already, go find us at Belgian Ultimate on Instagram to follow all of the Belgian action.
Uh-oh, and things are starting to crumble here like a bolter cooking for Gentle.
Travel being called on that right side of the field. Benji Yonkers reminding his teammates how important this score would be, a golden score, as he's screaming on that sideline.
Woo! Big bid, but maintained possession for Mooncatchers. Houquet comes back to it. Winds up. Comes under Avezu. Now Avezu, sorry. To Betrancourt, sends deep. And Bakemans is there. And the slippery slope as Bakemans shows the albatross wings. 4-point lead. Things are getting hot watery for Gentle right now.
Beekmans is one of those players that I just love to watch in the same way that I love to watch Berinda Haas play. She's always looks so effortlessly scoring those points, always at the perfect time in the end zone, getting those scores for the club, and been playing for such a long time, really building that Mooncatchers brand.
Moon putting it on, and Gentle respond with a timeout as we get another look at Bakemans doing the bird dance. We're going to take a short break here, too. We'll be back with the tail end of this Belgian championship from Gent.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTITV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
I worked for a Michelin star chef making gelato in Paris. I had my own restaurant in Nicaragua and a food truck in Australia. Why wouldn't you watch me? Check out my YouTube channel.
13-9, Moon up big. Having a look at the chat there, Iris. What do you think, Don Carlos Ancelotti?
Asking if both teams speak French, Dutch, or English to each other on the field. Well, it really depends, and as you know, Mooncatchers and Gentle, they're a matchup that has been going on for quite some time, so the players, they know each other, they know of each other, and they actually know who's speaking what language, and depending on, they will switch in between all three of those. But now there's a discussion where they'll put their languages to use to discuss, as Paholz called it down and apologizes as everyone tells him how up it was. Great effort by Oosterlink.
Wolf not giving up on that point. Oosterlink goes to Van de Vega. Bangs of deep backhanded brother Aaron. The chase is on, and Aaron Van de Vega cashes one in, puts double digits on the board. And Gentle got 10 now.
Recovery and discipline has paid off along with his talents. It's so nice to see these brothers switch positions. And this time it's after giving Aaron the spotlight for the score. What an exciting chase that was to watch. As OK tried to catch on to defend this point, but Van de Wege kept his eye on the disc and brought that home.
Great chase, Aaron. Great to see him doing it, not just as a thrower as he comes back. Is that another Van der Wege? Is there a junior Van der Wege?
How do you mean?
Number 56 on the far sideline, or 66. In front of the
There are
tent
3 of them.
near where Ine is.
I do believe there are 3 of them. I'm not the expert on the Gentle side, and I do not see him on the roster, but
Nor do I. But I'm pretty sure I saw him throw a water bottle and saw Van der Wege.
I can't remember his name, but I do think it's the 3rd brother.
Delas.
Just 10
And the
minutes left.
Mooncatchers. Benji Yonkers fakes. Arthur Feller. And now Ref Yonkers. Leads, gets a bid, and it pops loose. Ground strip. Panamans picks up for Gentle. Calls the foul on a little bit of slap wrapping from Benji.
He didn't know what to do with his long arms. A little hug here, a little hug there. Maybe loves Panamans a bit too much.
I'll call that the slap wrap. Panamans turns upfield.
Love that
Verreken
throw.
fires, hits in front of the end zone to Molinari. PJ goes back, and there was a heavy bit of contact in the middle there. And what happens here?
Looks like the player who initiated the contact just
Oh,
walked away as
Delas
if
put the
nothing
shoulder
happened,
down. That was
throwing his
very
hands in the air.
intentional. That was dirty. That he stepped his shoulder into the play there, and that should not be accepted on a field like this. That is dirty play, and you know, rivalry or not, that is uncalled for, dangerous play, and a dirty foul.
For sure, I really don't like the attitude he shows just after the contact. Coaching subbing him out, leaving that outside of the field as he should.
Yeah, I think he should not come back in the game by my estimation. That especially his attitude after, once he did it, if you do that by accident, even if you do it on purpose, you realize, but to show the attitude after, uncalled for, unspirited.
Yeah, I don't know
And
what
unnecessary.
happened on the field. We're just watching from afar, but from our perspective, I so totally agree with you, Steph.
De Molinari finds the corner. Verreken to De Molinari. Van de Veeg. Up and over the shoulder to Verreken. Fakes. Back to Verreken. De Molinari. Waits, gets the upline, Verreken. Goes up and over, has Alture in the corner, and Gentle get the goal. 11-13, they're hanging on by a thread. Will that be the momentum that they need enduring that one?
I love watching that matchup from the Molinari and Ref Yonkers. It's something I've heard a lot about from before I even played Frisbee, and it's so fun to be able to see that in real life. Those two athletes, quite the legends. You can see the energy on the moon side has dialed down a bit. Unsure if maybe the incident from before made that happen or if they're just super focused. Andrew back in the game after that.
Dirty hit is what I'll call it.
I mean, it can happen that you collapse, but you don't respond like that. Looks like players are agreeing to call offside before the pull has even gone. But it was all good, so impossible call to make as the pull goes to Mooncatchers' hands.
Feller with the disc. Benji Yonkers leads up line to Feller. Feller puts quick. It's Karklins and De Krane. And De Krane gets the knockaway. Big touch for Lander. And a chance to break.
Isn't that the second touch, Steph? Sorry to interrupt, but Lander showing that this is his field, his team. It's so nice to see him like
Lander.
that.
Stepping up. Verreken to Simons. Clapped in for De Molinari. Hard into the middle. Lander De Krane. High take Panamans. Fearless. Vliege. Ooh, and tried to go over Muller, and he slaps it away. Yonkers picks up to Feller. Muller. Ref Yonkers to Mathieu Muller. Karklins. And he sees a stoppage upfield. Foul called, accepted between Vliege and Benji Yonkers. Karklins goes to Yonkers, around to Muller, and they do find the goal, makes it 14-11. They're on championship point now. (14-11) game point here. A chance after the De Krane takeaway, but a Mathieu Muller finger block gets it back for Moon. Here you're going to see that. Tried to pop over top, and Muller just too big.
This pressure is silencing us, Steph, as we're awaiting what's going to happen before our eyes. The Mooncatchers sideline really putting it on, bringing it to the team.
Moon chants are on. Gentle, this is the would-be easy part, is getting this hold if they're going to have a chance at a late game heroic. Van de Vega waits out the centering pass, then goes around to Panemans and dropped this time, and now a chance to end it. Mooncatchers for the title. It will be Van der Oost on the pickup in the corner. Van der Oost fakes the hammer. Looks to center, hits Betrancourt, and we have a stoppage. I think before it was inbounded, perhaps. Back in, Betrancourt. Spins, hammer, hanging, and it somehow lands. It goes through De Craan, and Moon are Belgian national champions once again. Getting it done here in Gent, 15-11, the final score, taking another championship back to Brussels.
With Matthias Avezou for that scoring point, our hammer catcher here. You can see both division, open and women, after not being able to get what we wanted in the mixed division, doing exactly the best we ever could in both open and women's today at the Belgian National Outdoor Championship.
A great game indeed. Thank you all for being in the chat and joining along. A call from Advanced Ultimate Coaching's Connor Mickael, Mathieu Muller playing the UFA double team. I don't know, but was very close when he got that block. Bit of controversy with the Delusse hit earlier in the game. Well, quite late in the game, but just earlier on here. Did give Gentle a fair bit of momentum moving forward. There's a wild game from start to finish, really, Itis. And I really enjoyed calling it. I hope you did too.
Yeah, Mooncatchers still with, like, you see that defense from John Beekmans leading this game from the beginning, and it was really hard for Gentle to catch up, and Mooncatchers just stayed strong all up until the end. Even with their external assets, in the end they brought it home with all that they already had here.
Yeah, Moon were that good. It was great to see Ref Yonkers back on the field. Great to see Aaron van de Vega back on the field. Both of those two playing very well. No rust shown. They look like they're very well and truly back, as the Wasps are here in Gent. I thought John Beekmans was the top player of the first half. I thought Mathieu Muller maybe in the second half for Moon, but good dispersion as you expect from a team with that much talent. And I thought Gentle fought really hard to stay in it. I think they played probably better than their level to make this a very entertaining final and to put on a heck of a show for their home crowd.
I think maybe, I wouldn't say they played better than they usually do. I think I've seen them play better, making a bit less mistakes, and this is what it's all about in these kind of games. But you can see that on the Mooncatcher side, the level is really evening out, and you can see players who before maybe wouldn't score that much, really scoring and enjoying it so hard this game. Congratulations to them, congratulations to all the work these teams are putting in for this sport, for their teams, for their clubs, and we're really excited and cheering. We will be cheering them on as hard as we can at Worlds, as they have gotten themselves a ticket.
Can't wait to see how those teams look by the time they get to Limerick next year. And with that, that is another Belgian Championships in the book. The first ever Belgian Championships live streamed on ULTITV. We're very proud to have had that opportunity. So nice to be working with the Belgian Federation and to be back in Belgium, back in Gent, a wonderful place to be. Big shout outs to everybody involved in making that happen. Amélie, to Christophe Morlion, of course to Ine Lancret, who's always helping out even when she's not involved. I definitely mentioned Morley already. It is Bommy for putting us up at De Valk, to Yella and all the people over at Waterkant who take care of us there and bring some food and cold drinks and beverages. Wonderful people, wonderful community here, and we're so happy to be here. Of course, to my crew, we had Christina Obermeyer for a game today. It was great to have her on. Idis, thank you so much for joining. It was the first time I got to commentate with you, and you did a wonderful job. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It was really a pleasure.
And, of course, in the background on the ones and twos, the Brinky. If it ain't Brink, it ain't worth it. Noah Brinkworth, you can catch him on Shot for Goal. Go watch him on Hive. He does a whole bunch of everything, fresh off his under-24 stint with GB Mixed, but just a young legend, making sure that our streams get out nice and tidy. Well done, No. And for all those people, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
Even if I try so hard.